Hello everyone and happy Thursday. Yes, today I would like to participate in a tag. But first of all, this is Rarity Emerald. Come turn around, sweetie, so your aunties can see you. This is Rarity Emerald, and she is the Gabby Gale Sculpt by Claire Taylor Dolls. And she was reborn by Miss Beverly from Beverly's Babies. I'm just trying to get comfortable holding her because she's just a little bit fussy right now. Yeah, so I wanted to participate in a tag, and the tag is called the Get to Know Me tag by Suzanne'sBabies. And seeing that I'm participating in the tag, turn around, sweetie. Okay, let me fix her. Seeing that I'm participating in the tag, I decided to come on and show you the face behind the voice. Yes, I have had many subscribers and followers that had asked me over the years, why don't I show my face? And the truth is, when I first started making videos, I started off in the American Girl doll community. And in that community is basically moms and their daughters that's collecting the dolls. Like, mom would buy the dolls for their daughters, and it's something they would do together. They would go to the store, purchase the doll together, then they would make videos, and they would go to the restaurant together. So they made it like a family event, I should say. Many times they recorded it on videos. But I find, like, with the moms, there were also moms who were collecting the dolls for themselves. And these moms were not showing their face on camera. They would show you the dolls. They would introduce the dolls to you and make the video, but not showing their faces. And I had liked that idea. So I said to myself, that is something that I can do. I was pretty comfortable with that. I started collecting the dolls for my daughter. My daughter was pretty young. She was 5 at the time. And hubby was not comfortable with, my daughter being on YouTube. So, which was fine. Likewise, And I knew it was something I can do without being seen. So it was something I decided to do, and I did. But when I joined the Reborn Doll community, I just continued on the same trend, like not showing my face, just sharing the dolls. But I didn't anticipate that I would have my subscribers and followers that would ask me, like, why don't you show your face? And then I've had one subscriber that told me she's been following me for years and she's never seen what I look like. And then I've also had another subscriber that said that she think if I would show my face that my videos would be more relatable. I understand exactly what everyone is saying. And when you think about it, I've been in the Reborn community for almost 6 years. So I'm sure it's something to think about, like, why, why doesn't she show her face? Now, another reason too, there was times when I thought about it, and then something would happen in the community. There would be some drama, threats, persons being threatened, that this person would come out and do them some bodily harm at their home. And when I see things like that, I'm like, no, that's not something that I want. I don't want anyone to recognize me or threaten me or know where I live, But you know what? Over the years, I will be honest, over the years, I've had more good experiences in the community than bad. I've had some negative comments over the years, you know, but I'm going to tell you, I'm really not very thin-skinned. I'm not. So it was easy for me to just block or delete the comments and move on. The only thing that I was really concerned about is, you know, I have family, I have my husband, I have my children. You know, you don't want any harm done to them. So because of it, there were times when I hesitated. But I kept having persons reach out to me and they want to know, like, why don't you show your face? Why? You know, so I just decided that, okay, I've had so many good experiences that overweights the bad. So I decided that, okay, you know what? I started to think about it, and now that Suzanne had created this tag, I said, you know what, this is the perfect time. I will tell you this, I don't plan to come on and well, I should say I plan to continue as before, but there will be times when I come on and I do show my face, because I understand, you know, there are some persons that follow me that would like to know the face behind the voice, and that's understandable. I put myself in that same situation, and I think, is there anyone else in the community that doesn't show their face? Now, there are many persons that doesn't show their face often, but I can't think of anyone else that just doesn't, you know. So but you know, and I'm saying that because if there was someone else, I'm pretty sure I would have been like curious as to what they look like, and you know, that's just human nature, you know. So anyway, I decided to saying that I'm participating in the tag, the Get to Know Me tag, then I thought that it would be appropriate for me to show you guys the face behind the voice. So I will say this, that I've never mentioned out loud my name. My name is Diane, and I live in the Bahamas. Many of you guys know that. I have 3 children and I am married. And yeah, so that's as much as I'll say at this moment, because in the tag there's 15 questions, and you'll get to know more in the tag. So thank you all so much, and I'm not going to change Rarity. I'm going to change this big girl. I'm going to change Jules. I want to change her into an outfit. I'm not quite sure if she will fit. It's a 6 months, and I think it might fit, but I do want to try and see if it does, because there's a few persons in the community that has the Elliot skull, and they say that their baby wears 6 months, and normally I would buy 9 months for Jules, but I will try the 6 months on her to see if it fits. Alright guys, so I'll be right back in a minute, and I will set up the camera to change Jules. So see you in a minute. Yeah, so here I am with my big baby girl Jules, and even though she is the biggest baby in my collection, she is still a baby to me. Yes, she is. So let me show you what she is going to wear today. She's going to wear this 2-piece set by Carter's. It's a romper, and it has this white blouse that has like the ruffle sleeves. It's in the 6-month size. Now I don't have any babies that's going to fit this, because I know this will not fit Rarity, but I think it will fit Jules, because Jules, when you look at Jules, normally I dress Jules in a 9 months because of her head, arms and legs, because they're so big, and she need that extra room. But seeing that this is something that she's only gonna wear on the body, it's almost like a onesie style. Like she can wear 6-month size in onesies. So I'm guessing that she should be able to fit this romper pretty good in the 6-month size. Yeah, so she's going to wear that. And to accessorize that, she's going to wear this red bow and these red ruffle socks. Yeah. And these red ruffle socks. Yeah, so that's what she's going to wear today. I'm going to change her Pampers. Now this Pampers I purchased right here on the island that I live. It's called Happy Baby and it's in a size 4. I'm gonna see if it fits Jules. Okay, so my tag, the questions are on, first of all, this is a tag created by Suzanne'sBabies, and I'm going in her description in her video to use the questions, and it's a 15 question tag. It's called the Get to Know You tag. Yes. So my first question is, how long have you had a YouTube channel? Okay, honestly, I tried to look up this information to see how long I've had a YouTube channel, because I opened up the YouTube channel to watch the AG doll videos, and I watched the videos for a while before I started making videos, so I don't recall exactly how long, but I will say in terms of creating videos, for over 7.5 years. Yes. So question number 2, how long have you been collecting? Okay, now if we're talking about only the AG dolls, oh, sorry, if we're talking about collecting only the reborn dolls, then I will have to say June of this year would make me 6 years. And I looked up that information. I was sort of surprised. I thought I was actually in the reborn doll community longer than 5.5 years, because June would make me 6 years. Yeah. Okay, so next question is, what got you started on the hobby? Okay, here's what got me started. I was collecting the AG dolls first. It's something I started for my daughter and I, and then I fell in love with the My Twin dolls. I didn't buy my daughter any My Twin dolls. It was something I fell in love with for me, so I bought it for myself. And the AG dolls, I bought my daughter. She has her own collection. I think she has about a dozen or more. I would say maybe 12 to 15 of her own American Girl dolls. And likewise myself, I have about 12, I think, about a dozen. And then I fell in love with the My Twin doll, which is taller than the AG doll. They're 23 inch, whereas the AG dolls or American Girl dolls are 18 inch. So I started collecting the My Twin dolls for myself. My daughter never showed any interest in those. I had one doll that is a My Twin doll and an 18 inch that my daughter seemed to show interest in. So I told her, you know, if she was interested in that doll, she can have her, and she did. She took her. So that's now a part of my daughter's collection. But then in collecting these dolls, I started to realize that it was just so many dolls that I was collecting, and they were all basically like there was always new dolls coming in. It was like no end to it. So I got to a point where I started to realize that I needed to get out of collecting those dolls. So I was looking for my final last dolls, which was the vintage toddler dolls created by my twin, and in search of the vintage toddler dolls. Now I bought a few. I bought about three, no, four. I bought about four. I gifted one to my sister, so I have about three. And there was one more I was looking for, but in search of that one more vintage toddler doll, I came across the reborn dolls. And because I knew I was about to stop collecting dolls, when I came across the reborn dolls, it fascinated me. I enjoyed the videos, and there were certain persons' videos that I just could not get enough of. I just loved it, loved their babies, just loved it. And then I said to myself, you know what? I would love to add one in my collection, and that would be the end of me collecting dolls. And I thought to myself that that particular doll that I add to my collection, which is the reborn doll, would be a special one. It would be one that is displayed in my bed, meaning that, you know, like how you have throw cushions in your bed and pillows. Yes, I had it planned that that particular doll that I would dress and I would display in the bed as a real baby. But when I say a real baby, not a real baby, but it would look like a real baby. I would change his clothes, I would display it in the bed, and it would be my very last doll I add to my collection. But when I done that, I purchased my very first doll. I gave her a special name. I named her after myself and my niece that had passed away when she was 16, because, you know, I was thinking, you know, no more collecting, that's the end. I spoke to my sister years ago, or I shouldn't say years ago. I spoke to my sister maybe 2 years before that. I asked her if it was okay for me to name one of my dolls after her daughter, because it's her daughter that passed away. And she told me yes, that, you know, she was okay with it, she was fine. But I never felt the doll was that special that I would give the doll her name. But when I bought my first reborn doll, my baby girl, she was a girl, then I felt like, yes, this is the doll that I would love to give that special name to. And the name of the doll I had given her was Emberly Aaliyah. Yes, because my second name is Emberly, and my niece that passed away, her name was Aaliyah. Yeah, so that's how I ended up into collecting the reborn dolls. And as I fell in love with that one doll, I couldn't stop with one. I had to add another, and then that added on to another, and then another and another. All right, so next question number 3. Question number 3 is, what got you, oh, that was question number 3. Question number 4, what does your family think of it? Okay, let me go ahead and dress this girl. Give me your sucky. Give mommy your sucky. What does your family think about it? Well, first of all, I spoke to my husband about it, and he supported me. My husband supported me. To my surprise, I was really surprised. I didn't think that he would have been so welcoming, but he was. Oh, I should say, and when I collected the American Girl dolls, let me clarify. Now, by the time I got to the reborn dolls, the first reborn doll that I purchased, she was the Presley Awake by Bountiful Baby. She's no longer in my nursery. She's now in Miss Ruth Nursery at Ruth Sugar Lump Babies. Yes, but that doll spooked my husband. That doll looked so real to my husband that he had told me he didn't think it was appropriate for me to collect those dolls. He said because those life like dolls are for persons who have fertility problems, like who cannot have children. And he had actually told me to put the doll away, to put the doll in the box and put it away. And I said to him, no way. There's no way I was going to do that, because I had invested a lot of money into that doll. And I told him, it's a hobby that I love, collecting my dolls. And I have children, so there's no way that he can say to me that I'm collecting the dolls because of some fertility problem. He know I have children. So it's not that. It's just a hobby that I love. And after I spoke to him, he didn't have anything else to say, except he told me not to treat the doll as a child between he and I. And right away he told me he did not want the doll in the bed, which sort of crushed the thought I had, because my thought was really to display the doll in the bed. Yeah, and so when he told me that, I agreed. And I never had a problem from him from that day to this day. I mean, I've had some problems later as I collected more and more dolls. He felt like it just didn't make sense for me to keep collecting so many dolls at some point, you know. But he's pretty okay with my dolls today. He is. The dolls that I have today, he's okay with. Now, if he was to see me purchase a new one, then he would probably have something to say. Look at this, guys. This is a 6 months Cardis blouse, and it fits her perfectly. I'm sort of surprised. Wow. Okay. Next question. Okay. Well, first of all, I would say, when my mom first found out about the dolls, she found out about the American Girl dolls. And she did not like it. There was times when she called me on the phone and she said, why are you buying all these dolls? Because there was a time when I would purchase the dolls and I would ship it to a friend that was living on the same island that my mom and my sister lives. So whenever my sister went to pick up the doll for me, my mom would see the doll. So it got to a point where at first my mom had no idea the dolls had belonged to me. She was thinking that the dolls was for my daughter. But later she found out that no, these dolls were actually my dolls that I was collecting for myself. So one night she called me. It was like 10 o'clock at night. She was very furious. I think my sister had just picked up like 2 dolls. And she was like, more dolls again? More dolls for Diane? And my sister said, yeah, these are Diane dolls. So my mom called me 10 o'clock at night. I never forget that. And she cussed me out. Why are you throwing away your money buying these dolls? Huh? What sense this make? And blah, 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 blah. She carried on so bad. My husband was not very far away. So I didn't really respond to her because I didn't want him to know what she was saying to me, that she had a problem with it. You know, I didn't want him to hear that. So, you know, I was very quiet in answering her. And then she cussed me out and then she hung up. You know. But anyway, eventually over the years, she started to see things differently. She had visited me about 2 years ago. She seen my babies in person and she fell in love with them. So, you know, she has no issues with my dolls today. And you know what? I have 2 sisters that knows that I collect dolls. And they don't have an issue with me collecting dolls. Because, you know, some family members, even if they're against it, they're not going to tell you that because they love you. And I know that one of my sisters love me. The one who I had shipped the dolls to. I'm sure she's not into the dolls, but she does it because she loves me. And then I have another sister that loves dolls. Like, I think she loves dolls more than I do. Because growing up, oh my goodness, my sister would save up her lunch money just to buy dolls. Like, I never done that, but my sister had done it. So as I started to get into like the American Girl dolls, I purchased one as a gift to my sister. When I got into the My Twin dolls, I purchased one as a gift to my sister. Now, I've never purchased the Reborn doll for my sister as a gift. It's something I would prefer. See, my sister, her family doesn't support her in collecting dolls. So when I give her these dolls, plus she purchased I think 2 dolls for herself, because one time I was traveling to the US and she had asked, she had given me the money to purchase her an American Girl doll, but these dolls are packed away. My sister doesn't let her husband or children see her playing with the dolls, and because of it, I know that's the reason why I have never gifted her a Reborn doll, because I feel like she won't be able to play with the doll. She really wouldn't be able to play with the dolls, okay? Because her dolls, she always have packed away. I've never seen her like change the dolls, take pictures, none of that, because her children, her husband, is always at home. She never really have the time to play with the dolls, because I've asked her over and over. I say, you don't interact with your dolls? And she said, I can't, because my husband is always there, or my children, and then they're gonna make some smart remarks. So because of it, I've never gifted her one. But one of these days, whenever she visits me, I definitely would look at her response and see, I know she will love them. I know that. The problem is she cannot interact with them at home. Yeah. All right, so next question. I keep going into my cell phone for the question. I need to speed up now. Have you got any other hobbies? No, I would say no, I don't have any other hobbies. Before collecting my dolls, I collected shoes, and I don't collect shoes anymore. Okay, so next question, number 6. How many siblings do you have? My mom has 5 children. I'm number 4. And my dad has 4 children with my mom and 2 outside children. Yeah. Okay, next question. What is your favorite flower? I would have to say roses. Have you ever seen a psychic, medium, or fortune teller? Honestly, no, I have never seen one, and I'm gonna tell you, like, there have been times when I was traveling and I had seen like 1 or 2 stores, like psychic stores and stuff, and I would look at it, but guys, that kind of thing sort of spooks me out, because I'm afraid, like, what if I was to learn of something, what if I was to learn of something, some bad tragedy or something that's going to happen to me or a loved one? That's a horrible thing. I would be afraid to learn that before it happens. You see, I don't know, things like that spooks me. Yeah. Okay, next question. Trying to speed up. Next question is number 9. What do you regret the most in your life? Guys, okay, I combed her hair earlier to save time. Okay, what I regret mostly, guys, is moving away from my family. And I'm saying that because when I first met hubby, my husband, the island that I lived on, My parents are there, my siblings are there, my children are there today. And even though my oldest daughter is 34, my second child is 24, my son, when I got married to my husband, my oldest child, she lived with us for a few years, and then she graduated out of high school, and then she pursued other things. My son was with me until he graduated high school, and now he lives on the island that my mom lives on. He's in college in the Bahamas, and he's basically trying to finish up now. But what I'm saying is, since I moved away, like over the years, I haven't been able to visit my family as much as I would like. In the beginning, yes. In the beginning, I visited my family like 2 to 3 times a year, and that worked fine for me because, you know, with having children in school, I was busy with my kids that's in school, so I didn't mind visiting only 2 to 3 times a year. And my family was busy too. My mom, my dad worked, my siblings worked, everybody was busy. They all have children, everyone is busy. But over the years now, I find that I don't get to visit as much as I would like. And there are times when I don't get to visit, like this last time, I haven't seen my children or my family in 2 years. The last time I was there was after Hurricane Dorian, when I had seen my family. So it's been 2 years. And that crushes me, you know, it hurts me because I want to be closer to my children. I want to be closer to my parents and my family. So that's my regret, that I moved away. But in moving away, you know, I was young. I was supporting my husband. You know, he's the head of the home, and, you know, your husband have plans, so you want to support your husband. Yeah, but I'm saying over the years, I just realized that it just separated me from my family, and that I regret. All right, so next question. Next question is number 10. Do you believe in ghosts or spirits? Wow. I guess it depends on what you grew up believing in. Like, I grew up believing that human beings were not created with a spirit. They are a spirit. They are a soul, I should say. Some would say spirit, some would say soul. I grew up believing that when God created Adam and Eve, when he blew into their nostrils the breath of life, then they became alive. Then they became a living soul. So I don't believe that when a loved one dies, that you see that loved one again, because there's, you know, scriptures that says that when you die, your thoughts are taken away from you. From dust you are, to dust you will return. So I don't believe that I will see dead loved ones again. I don't, and I've never seen any. In terms of when you say seeing spirits, when you ask the question, have I ever seen spirits? No. This is what I believe. I believe if you ever see a loved one, I believe that that is a demon. There were angels that were thrown from heaven to the earth, and I believe that those angels are demons, and I believe that they're very powerful, and they can turn themselves into anything, or they can make themselves look like any one of your loved ones that had passed away. You see? Now, I didn't say that to start some, you know, everyone believes something different, and that is my belief, and I respect everybody's belief. It's just that I don't believe that I will see loved ones again that passed on. No. And if I see anything, I think it would be a demon I see, not a loved one. Okay, so I'm gonna move on, and I do respect that everyone have different religions and difference of opinion and all of that. That's just my belief. Okay, so next question. What is your favorite music? Favorite? Wow, I would say slow music. Slow music, love songs, and then I have so many love of music. Then I love country music. I love reggae. I think I should say I just love all music. Yeah, I just love all music. Number 12. Who do you think is the most beautiful actress in films? Wow, now this is hard. I cannot say who I think is the most beautiful actress in film. I've never like been wowed by anyone, but if I had to call somebody's name, I would have to say Michelle Pfeiffer. Like when she acted in the movie Scarface, yeah, I thought her features, her beauty, oh yes, I would have to say Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah. Okay, next question. What's my next question? Number 13. Are you concerned about climate change? Oh yes, definitely. I am very much so. And I've noticed a lot of changes too in the weather between 25 years ago and today. I've noticed it. Yeah. Number 14. What has lockdown taught you? Oh my goodness, what has the lockdown taught me? It taught me to be very patient in dealing with my family, because before that I had lots of me time, and now since the lockdown I don't, or should I say since COVID, I don't have any free time, because hubby works from home, my daughter does online classes, so I don't have any more free time. So I would have to say patience and tolerance and all of that. That's what it taught me. All right, next question. Number 15, final question. What makes you happy? Now I can tell you all, my babies make me happy. Oh my goodness, like I could just stare at them for days. I could just change their clothes and display them and be happy. Like right now, looking at Jules, she is so gorgeous in this outfit. And again, like I said, this is 6 month size and it fits. I find that like onesies or like this romper, I'm not surprised fits her, because her legs are out. So if this was like pants, she would have needed like 9 months, but because her legs are out, her arms are out, the 6 month size fits her beautifully. Yeah, so my babies make me happy. I will say my baby. This is a voiceover. I just realized that the question is what makes you laugh, not what makes you happy. My apologies. So what makes me laugh is definitely a good joke, or a good movie, a good comedy movie. Not a stupid one. I don't like there's some movies that just seems to be stupid. No. What makes me laugh is a good movie like Sanford and Son, or The Jeffersons, All in the Family. Yes, certain movies makes me laugh. Okay. Thank you. Questions. All right, everyone. So that is it for Jules. This is Julia Destiny, and she is the Elliot Sculpt by Michelle Fagan, and she was reborn by Miss Beverly from Beverly's Babies. Yes. So I'm gonna say goodbye now, because I'm pretty sure this video is very long. I'm guessing maybe 30 minutes. All right, guys. So thank you all so much for watching, and you have a super great day. Bye-bye.